Welcome, everyone, into the All Access with the APSN Network, Appalachian Prep Sports Network. I'm Ronnie Newsom, along with executive producer Thomas Rainey. Glad to have you with us on a cold Wednesday night as we talk about high school basketball, high school football, college basketball, just a little bit of everything tonight. We got some predictions for you for tonight, the upcoming playoffs. We are live at Shelby Valley Diner. So Shelby Valley Diner, listen, if you've not eaten here, you're missing it. It's just been a great addition to the Shelby Valley area, and people from surrounding areas, where it's Dorton, Jenkins, Pikeville, Betsy Lane, Floyd County, anywhere, come by if you've not eaten. They got a varied menu. It's a great place to come. Beautiful building inside, plenty of room for you and your family. So we are at the Shelby Valley Diner. First thing we're going to talk about tonight, after our first break, will be high school football. Of course, that's the emphasis right now. The playoffs begin. We are going into the third week of the playoffs, and we're down now to where there's 8 teams left in all 6 divisions, and a lot of great matchups, at least on paper or whatever, and we'll talk about that and discuss those. With that, we're going to step out. We'll take our first time out, and we have a special guest coming up immediately after the timeout as you listen to All Access on the APSN Network.
In life's hardest moments, you deserve comfort and care. At Hall & Jones Funeral Home, we guide you with compassion, honoring your loved one with dignity and respect. From traditional services to meaningful celebrations, we're here for you every step of the way. Hall & Jones Funeral Home, where every goodbye is filled with love.
At Shelby Valley Diner, every bite is made to satisfy. Crispy, saucy wings, made just the way you like them. And don't miss our daily specials, fresh and delicious, giving you something new to love every single day. Pizza, wings, and specials you can't resist. Only at the Shelby Valley Diner. Shelby Valley Diner, where flavor meets family. So come hungry, leave happy. At Valley Discount Pharmacy, we're more than just prescriptions. We're your neighbors. Whether you need affordable medications, expert advice, or just a friendly face, we're here for you every step of the way. Fast service, trusted care, and prices that won't break the bank. Valley Discount Pharmacy, local.
Welcome back, everyone. Ronnie Newsom, Thomas Rainey, glad to have you with us on a Wednesday night on the APSN Network. And joining me right now, a very special guest, a friend of mine I've known for a very, very long time, and that is Anthony Hampton, former longtime head coach at Shelby Valley, the head football coach, and now assisting with the Matthew Taylor's basketball program. Anthony, glad to have you with us tonight.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Tell us right now, 2 questions. How many years were you the head coach at Shelby Valley, and how many years have you been out of it now?
I had 23 years total coaching at Shelby Valley, 10 or 11 years as the head coach. This is my 2nd season out of football.
This time of year has to be a little rough on you, isn't it? I guess from August till November.
It's you think you're going to be able to move on, and I think if you're a coach, you're always a coach. I don't think that ever truly leaves a man.
I agree. I mean, it's great to look back as teachers and coaches. I'm sure I'm not in that profession. To look back and not to sound old-fashioned, but whatever, but realize the difference you've made in young people's lives to where they go on to trade schools or schools and become successful in life, and then you get to see them later on. That has to be a rewarding experience.
It is. You know, as a young man, as a young coach, I was focused on wins and losses and the things I think most people focus on in the beginning. But as my career progressed and of course my profession, my life progressed, I started realizing that the character of the men I coached and seeing them later as successful men, fathers, you know, those type of things was way more important. And as I'll be honest, as my mindset changed to the bigger picture, I think that's when more success came.
Okay. And now you've transitioned to basketball, but you've been involved in basketball before. We talked about it this year a little bit before the season starts. A lot of. I'm not saying there's going to be a Paintsville team that won a state championship or Shelby Valley, but I cannot remember the depth in the region like there is this year as far as the number of good teams.
Yes, this year, if you look around the just around the region itself this year, a lot of mountain basketball, but especially the 15th region, the parity is something else this year. It's just hard to imagine anyone being a clear-cut favorite.
Not going to be many off nights, is there, where you can go in and take anything for granted?
No, there's no off night. You have an off night, you get an L is what you get.
Yeah.
So.
And, talk about Shelby Valley before we get into the Classic, but Shelby Valley returns 4 starters, I think. Some key players coming back, Jonah Bartley and Gavin Hamilton, Brady Johnson, who they say had an outstanding off season, but a lot of talent on this Shelby Valley team that they won't take a back seat to many.
No, Shelby Valley, I'll give Coach Schiller credit for one thing for sure, is the boys work. They buy into his style. They've bought into his work ethic. I've said for years a man can fake a lot of things, but work ethic isn't one of those. You can't fake that. So Coach Taylor has really put the time in, and the players have put the time in, and you can see. If you just see the kids, you can tell the difference by just physically looking at them. Mm-hmm. You can see a physical difference in their appearance, but that's not really the big thing. Their grit, their toughness. When you play Shelby Valley, in my honest opinion, you're going to earn everything you get. They're going to score some points, but I'm telling you, they're going to get up and D you up.
I hate to say it, not like University of Kentucky last night. You usually don't hear that term much in basketball as you do football, but I thought they were out toughed. I don't know whether you agree or not. Yeah. I thought they were soft. I thought that Michigan State got in their grill. I don't know whether you watched the game or not, but Michigan State was just so much more physical than UK.
It looked like 2 different teams with 2 different goals. It looked like one team had something to prove, and the other team thought they'd already arrived. UK last night, a lot of things was really disappointing to watch. I mean, just not blocking out. Uh-huh. That was one thing I thought, that's Little League fundamentals, and we didn't block out. And I know in one possession, they got 3 opportunities before they scored, Michigan State did. And then the effort along, the intensity was just not there.
I think I know the possession you talk about. They missed a free throw, got the rebound, missed a shot, got the rebound again, and it converted into a 3-point play. But anyway, we're here to talk about Shelby Valley and whatever. But I agree with you. I'm familiar with those players. And now let me tell you, I'd love for somebody if they would have described me as a gritty athlete, but that's the way I look at Shelby Valley: down and dirty, tough and gritty.
Yes, sir. Like I said, they're on defensive end. They're going to D you up, and they're going to get up underneath you. If you play Shelby Valley and you're not ready for a dogfight, you're going to have a long night. I should be honest. Those kids, like I said, they have really bought into the style. They've bought into the process, and they're getting it done.
Sure.
And the biggest thing that's impressive so far is they do not care who the guy is each night.
So important. We want to talk about tonight and events coming up Friday, and I can see this thing just being an annual event. I think it's gotten off to a great start. I know APSN, we're excited to be there to cover the first. We'll talk about the first Pike County Classic, and we've got some local teams. We got some foreign teams.
Yes.
Well, let's say teams out of the area and everything. But tell us a little bit about the Classic and how it came about.
Well, when I was the football coach for all those years, I started the Black and Blue Bowl at Shelby Valley. I think now Coach Johnson's changed it to the Blue and White Bowl, but the tradition is truly carried on. And the whole point was to try to get, I'll be honest, I mimicked the Pike County Bowl because I've always, loved the Pike County Bowl. I love the format, the way it's set up, the way it's ran. So we kind of mimicked the Pike County Bowl for the Black and Blue Bowl to get it started and kind of get more recognition for the local kids. Shelby Valley community and the school of Shelby Valley has so much talent that's not being seen, and I just wanted to find a way to get them seen. So when I stepped out of football, if I'm being totally honest, I in my mind, I was done with sports and coaching. I was easing on to other things in my career. And Coach Taylor came along and just asked, would you please, I helped Rodney Rowe years ago.
Divine, I remember that.
I don't know if I was much help, but I did help Rodney Rowe for a few years. And so Coach Taylor wanted me to just try to get involved where I'm local and know people and he's not from the area and kind of help build the culture, kind of build things back. So when we started doing that, the first thing I wanted to do was find something to get the attention to the kids that they deserve. And the Pike County Classic was just several conversations between multiple people. And I called a friend of mine, Brett Keene, at the bank, and we talked about the Pike County Bowl format and the way those things are set up and the way those things go. And so what I wanted to do was have something we brought in, just like the Pike County Bowl, have some local Pike County teams or local mountain teams playing against teams away from here, just like the Pike County Bowl.
Teams you normally wouldn't see.
Yes. So another thing I wanted to add was the concept of, each team that comes in here, one senior from each team will get a one-time scholarship.
Fantastic.
Those kids put a lot of time in, man. I've coached football, I've been involved in basketball with helping Rodney. I had a daughter that come through and played basketball, son that came and played football. I know how much time an athlete puts in.
Oh, absolutely.
And those kids that work for that, they deserve an opportunity also. So I wanted to give some scholarships to that. And we've been super fortunate that we've had so many, gracious sponsors that have stepped up to make it possible. And our vision, our hope.
Can you tell us about some of the sponsors that this wouldn't be possible without them? I mean, just great community support.
Right where we're sitting, Shelby Valley Diner. I came and had a conversation with Tarlis Thompson, and he was more than eager. He is fantastic about supporting this community and these kids.
I agree. I concur.
There was no hesitation. He was on board, and he just continues to support our school, and it's just super impressive. And of course, Kevin Hall and Angie over at Holland Jones, they have supported us at Shelby Valley in every sport and everything, to be honest, for years and years and years. So they jumped straight on board. Valley Discount Pharmacy Superior, Selena and Courtney, had a conversation with them. All in.
Good group.
Very impressive. They just wanted to give back to the kids, to the community that's given them so much. So they jumped right on board. Jess Waddles Roofing. Jess is a local guy. Went to Shelby Valley. I actually taught Jess. I'm giving my age away a little bit, but I taught Jess.
You're an old man, but anyway, go ahead.
But Jess Waddles Roofing jumped right on board. Same thing. Was ready to get involved, help the kids. The same, and again, he's been fortunate. God's blessed him with a great profession and a business, so he's just giving back, and he's given back for several years now in multiple sports also. And then we've had some new ones. Toby Joe Hall Chiropractic just opened up. Dr. Hall played for me at Shelby Valley, and we were discussing this, and honestly wasn't even going to try to get him to be a sponsor. We was just having conversations. And he said, well, that's an opportunity for me to give back to the community that's given me so much.
A former player, right?
Oh, yes, and he just jumped straight in. I mean, the guy was all in on supporting the kids. And, of course, Brett Keenan and those folks at Community Trust Bank and Appalachian Wireless, they have been phenomenal. And then last, my brother and I have S&K Asphalt, and we kicked in there at the end, too, to give back because the community's been great to us also.
That's fantastic, Anthony. It sure is. And the matchups, hey, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, the first classic, I want to say kicks off, tees off, jump ball off, but at 6 o'clock, it'll be Huntington Prep taking on Pikeville.
Yes. It's one of those things. Huntington Prep is one of those programs. They travel quite a bit across the nation.
Yes.
And as we was getting the information for the selection committee for the scholarships, we won't even be able to finalize that until they arrive because we don't know which squad is coming.
Yeah.
So
several squads.
Obviously, yes, one of those national teams. It's going to be a great matchup because Huntington Prep is always good. And if you play Pikeville, coached by Elijah Justice and Greg Newsom, you got your hands full.
Yeah.
So.
And then the second game, Ironton from Ironton, Ohio, coming to take on the host, Shelby Valley. Another good matchup.
Yes. Ironton, we played them in the Black and White Bowl. They got the better of us.
Yeah. Maybe we can return the favor.
We are hoping to get back even with them for our school and our community. We don't know. Again, another school, very well traveled and talented team. A lot of the same kids on that football team as on that basketball team. Really good athletes, really good team. So we're hoping to rise up and represent our community.
And then at approximately 7:30, Betsy Lane from Floyd County, our neighbors down there, traveling up US 23 to take on Breathitt County, a team that's had so much success in recent years. And that should be a dandy.
I think so. Both teams got some kids that can really get the job done. And both coaches, there's a lot of tradition at each school and some things that's went on in the past. So looking at the games, looking at the matchups, I think that's going to be a fun one to watch.
And then two teams that I'm sure we don't know a lot about, but it gives us a chance to look at some teams from neighboring states. We've got West Virginia taking on the Green Wave of Grundy, Virginia. And like I say, we certainly don't know a lot about those two teams, but it gives us a chance to compare maybe to the other teams in the neighboring states, how we stack up.
Well, what we had today, we did have a game change. That last game got a change today, right at the end of the day.
Okay.
So Man is not in now, but Floyd Central, a team that everybody expects a lot from this year, is going to be playing Grundy, Virginia in that last game. So it's another local team, right, with a lot of talent. So we get to see another local team with a lot of talent, with a lot of expectations this year, playing in that nightcap.
Oh, fantastic.
I was going to try to stump Ronnie. Do you know the nickname of Man High School? What's their logo?
Hillbillies.
Oh, man.
You can't stump a hillbilly. You can't stump a hillbilly.
Oh, man, hillbillies. But anyway, we'll repeat those. Huntington Prep against Pikeville at 6. Ironton and Shelby Valley will be next. Immediately following that game, it'll be Betsy Lane taking on Breathitt County. And then Floyd County Central taking on the Grundy Green Wave. So, Coach, I'll tell you what, we are looking forward to it. Appalachian Prep Sports Network will be there, and we thank you enough for starting something like that. And I can see where this could grow to where it could just get bigger and better every year.
Well, what we're hoping, I've gotten Elijah's ear a few times, and I've really harassed poor old Brett at the bank. But I would love to see this grow into a 4 or 5 game night, one night at our place, and maybe the next night at Pikeville or vice versa. And I'd love to get to grow to where we have 4 boys games one night and 4 girls the next.
Sure, absolutely.
So we can take care of both sides.
But you got to get started somewhere, don't you?
Yes,
this
we
is
do.
The first classic. We ask everybody if they can make it out and support these young men. And like you say, down the road, it might be young men and women, we hope. So
Yes.
Good luck. We hope we have a lot of support. And we thank the sponsors that's going to take care of the first annual Pike County Classic. Should be some great basketball, and come out and take those 8 teams in. Coach, we want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come down. We enjoyed having you on here, and you're welcome to come aboard anytime.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you so much for covering our kids.
Okay, Coach. And with that, we're going to step out. That was Coach Anthony Hampton of Shelby Valley. We'll step out and take a time out, and we'll be back with more on the APSN Network.
Thank you, sir.
Hey.
In life's hardest moments, you deserve comfort and care. At Hall and Jones Funeral Home, we guide you with compassion, honoring your loved one with dignity and respect. From traditional services to meaningful celebrations, we're here for you every step of the way. Hall and Jones Funeral Home, where every goodbye is filled with love.
Back pain, stiff neck, or everyday aches that keep you from living the life you love. At Hall Chiropractic, we provide gentle, personalized care to help you move better, feel better, and live better. Whether it's pain relief, better mobility, or overall wellness, our team is here for you. Don't wait. Call Hall Chiropractic today and get back to what matters most. Hall Chiropractic. Your health, your life, aligned.
At Shelby Valley Diner, every bite is made to satisfy. Crispy, saucy wings, made just the way you like them. And don't miss our daily specials, fresh and delicious, giving you something new to love every single day. Pizza, wings, and specials you can't resist. Only at the Shelby Valley Diner. Shelby Valley Diner, where flavor meets family. So come hungry, leave happy. At Valley Discount Pharmacy, we're more than just prescriptions. We're your neighbors. Whether you need affordable medications, expert advice, or just a friendly face, we're here for you every step of the way. Fast service, trusted care, and prices that won't break the bank. Valley Discount Pharmacy, local, reliable, affordable. At Shelby Valley Diner, every bite is made to satisfy. Crispy, saucy wings, made just the way you like them. And don't miss our daily specials, fresh and delicious, giving you something new to love every single day. Pizza, wings, and specials you can't resist. Only at the Shelby Valley Diner. Shelby Valley Diner, where flavor meets family. So come hungry, leave happy.
Well, I tell you what, Ronnie, it makes it tough here at Shelby Valley Diner. All this food smelling so good, I am telling you what.
Oh,
Man, oh man.
It'll definitely tide me over till I get home for dinner. No.
There you go.
But it is delicious. I'm having the pizza sub tonight. Pineapple upside down cake. I'm doing good.
Ooh,
I'm
that
doing
sounds good. That sounds good. I tell you what, if you haven't been to Shelby Valley Diner, you need to get here. This place is amazing. The food is good.
Yep.
But Ronnie, it's still football season.
Still football season. Got some football to talk about. Let's look at the matchups for this week. We're not going to do statewide. I just thought we'd take a look at the games and that affect their area. And the first one we're going to go 2A, and we'll talk about all 4 games in 2A because people be interested in who they would play if they were to win or whatever. But anyway, the first one, of course, Breathitt County. Belfry. I'm not surprised Belfry won, but boy, I'm sure surprised by the score of 63-7 over Martin County. I mean, boy, Belfry right now just clicking on all cylinders. They take on Breathitt County in 2A. I like Belfry big in that game.
I do too, man. Oh man. I mean, I expected them to beat Martin County, but like you said, I didn't expect it to be that big because Martin County had a heck of a squad. You know, and that just tells you right now Belfry is playing on a different level.
You know, Varney the quarterback, you got Woolham the running back, you got the Caudles. I mean, they're playing so well on both sides of the ball.
You know, and we don't get to cover Belfry, obviously. They don't allow streaming at their place. So when we were sitting down and we've all had input on the APSN all-region team, right?
Yes.
I was shocked at the defensive stats some of those guys have put up. So that tells you they're more than that ground and pound offensive attack. That defense is tough.
Back in 2A after several years in the 3A, Matt Varney has done as well as I think you could do. As far as the job, they only have 1 loss on the year, replacing the legend Philip Haywood. Now, the other games in 2A, Powers, everybody's familiar with them. Mayfield and Lexington Christian Academy. Lexington Christian Academy eliminated Mayfield last year. I think they will this year. I'm going to go with LCA in that game.
I think that'll be the game, the closest game. I think those two will be tough. I really do. I think that will be the ball game in 2A.
And then, of course, you got Owensboro Catholic playing host to Somerset. Somerset's had a great year. We kind of consider them a mountain team. I'll be rooting for Somerset, but I see Owensboro Catholic getting the win in this game.
I agree. I agree. Owensboro Catholic is
very
tough.
Had a
very
good
tough.
schedule, too.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the final 4 2A game, and that's one we're all familiar with, Prestonsburg, undefeated on the year, traveling to Beechwood.
Yeah. You know, when I saw those matchups, Ronnie, I was like, oh, that's not the way you wanted to go. So I think it's going to be tough for the Black Cats.
I do too.
My heart's with the Black Cats. We're
certainly.
rooting with the Black Cats. But, man, going to Beechwood, that's a different place.
Yeah, I'll have to go with Beechwood in that game. So
agree.
you got Breathitt County, Belfry. You got Prestonsburg, Beechwood, Owensboro Catholic, Somerset, Mayfield, LCA. And like it is with most class all the way up to 6A, no weak sisters here.
No.
Those 8 teams, who do you want to play there? I mean,
That's exactly right. And, you know, that's why a lot of people don't understand how important, whether you agree, whether you like it or you don't like it, that RPI is important, Ronnie.
Oh, it is. I don't like it, but
I don't like it either, but
it is important to dictate where somebody like LCA goes all the way to Owensboro. Owensboro comes there, or vice versa, Somerset going to Owensboro or Owensboro Catholic coming to Somerset. The RPI is important. And then let's go to single A. Last week, Pikeville advancing with a big win over Williamsburg. Very impressive in that game. They would take on, I don't care what kind of schedule you play, they'll take on an undefeated 12-0 Middlesboro team.
Yeah, Middlesboro's tough. And you looked at and you hate to it, but you kind of look at that RPI, man. They were close.
Close.
So
Pikeville just moved ahead of them late in the season.
Yep.
You know, and if people listening don't know a whole lot about Middlesboro, I will go over 3 games with common opponents that Pikeville had. They defeated Hazard last week 44-36. A high-scoring game. Early in the year, they defeated 2A district finalist Breathitt County 50-36.
Wow.
I thought that was their most impressive win. Now, this was earlier, and I think maybe Williamsburg had a quarterback to be injured. They played Williamsburg early in the year, and they beat them 22-14. And, of course, Pikeville last week just manhandled Williamsburg, around the clock in that game in the first half. So, third quarter, very impressive win for Pikeville. But I'm going to go with the Panthers in that one, playing at home. I'll go with Pikeville at home.
I agree. If you look at those common opponents, Pikeville handled 2 of those, right? They played Hazard, and then they played Williamsburg, and they handled them a little bit easier than Middlesboro. So if you're looking at that, I'm with you. I'm going with the Panthers at home. And then the RPI kicks in. Where do they go?
Absolutely.
So you can go on to APSM. We spaced it out. We put the brackets with the RPI. So you can say, well, if this team wins, my team will go here. So it's easy to follow.
But Pikeville and Middlesboro, Pikeville 9-3. Of course, the losses were against tremendous teams. Middlesboro 12-0. And one of the other games in Class A, Newport and Kentucky Country Day. Newport, always tough. It's tough where it's single A, 2A, or 6A. It's tough to go up north and play football. They love their football up north.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to go with Kentucky Country Day in that game.
I like the favorite in that one. I agree.
And another used to be in 2A, now they're in Class A, Newport Central Catholic. They've won several state championships. They take on a very good Campbellsville team. Campbellsville team having a lot of talent return this year. That will be a good football game. I'm going to go with Campbellsville in that game.
Yeah, I like Campbellsville as well. Looking at their record and who they played, they played a pretty tough schedule. I'm going with Campbellsville.
And then you got Paris taking on Raceland. I think Raceland would, in my opinion, would be the biggest, toughest opponent that Pikeville would have to play to win another state championship. That's my opinion. Paris, an upset winner over Lexington Sayre, the defending state champion. So Paris, they will travel to Raceland. I like Raceland. That if there's any game that I think may have a lopsided score, I would think it would be that game.
Yeah, I think Paris pulled a semi-upset last round to kind of get there, and they're running into a machine, man. That Raceland team is good. Pikeville played them and defeated them early on, but remember that was when they had them down.
27-7.
Yeah, they had them down big at half, or was it the storm delay, right?
Storm delay.
Yeah, the storm delay made the difference in that one.
And a pun, and Pikeville comes storming back.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely.
But I will say this, and Coach McNamee, if he's listening, he'd get upset with me. But if Pikeville were to win in Raceland, Pikeville would have to travel to Raceland, and that'll be tough.
Oh yeah, anytime you go play at Raceland, it's tough.
So that's the matchups, and we'll, like you say, we're pulling for Belfry, we're pulling for Pikeville, Prestonsburg, those local teams, rooting those on. Boy, none of them have an easy task, especially Prestonsburg traveling to Beechwood to take on Prestonsburg. You can't take away what a year they've had, 12-0. Just anybody that's played on their schedule, they've been able to take care of them. So
and take care of them handily.
And handle
I mean, really, the closest game I'm going off of memory would probably go back to Hazard when they played Hazard.
Well,
Martin County. Yep, I forgot about
County.
that. Yeah.
That was a great
Yep,
game
I forgot about the Martin County game.
But that's going to be here. That's Belfry and Breathitt. And that's Pikeville hosting Middlesboro, and of course Prestonsburg traveling to Beechwood. And that's going to take care of our high school football segment. When we come back, we'll talk a little college football and UK football on the upswing. We'll be back with more on the Appalachian Prep Sports Network.
back pain, stiff neck, or everyday aches that keep you from living the life you love. At Hall Chiropractic, we provide gentle, personalized care to help you move better, feel better, and live better. Whether it's pain relief, better mobility, or overall wellness, our team is here for you. Don't wait. Call Hall Chiropractic today and get back to what matters most. Hall Chiropractic. Your health, your life, aligned.
At Valley Discount Pharmacy, we're more than just prescriptions. We're your neighbors. Whether you need affordable medications, expert advice, or just a friendly face, we're here for you every step of the way. Fast service, trusted care, and prices that won't break the bank. Valley Discount Pharmacy, local, reliable, affordable.
In life's hardest moments, you deserve comfort and care. At Hall and Jones Funeral Home, we guide you with compassion, honoring your loved one with dignity and respect. From traditional services to meaningful celebrations, we're here for you every step of the way. Hall and Jones Funeral Home, where every goodbye is filled with love.
All right, Ronnie, we got to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Valley Pharmacy, moving to a new location very soon. I think it's just a mile or so down the road.
Not far.
Yeah, so don't panic. They're not going too far, but be on the lookout if you're a customer, so you're aware of where they're moving to. And once we get all that new information, we'll post it and let you know as well.
Great game up there. You know what I'm so Courtney Slater, the whole crew, and they've built a new building.
Absolutely.
It's a new building up on the 4-lane, easy to get to, easy access, and so make sure you come by and visit our good friends at Valley Discount Drug. We appreciate them so much.
Absolutely, they take good care of us. And when we first started APSN, they were the first one to jump on board.
You know, Thomas, I like to admit and acknowledge when I'm right, but I'll have to say I'm going to acknowledge when I'm wrong.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
I never thought Kentucky would see 5-5 this year.
No, me either.
Did you?
No. Early on, I thought it was over. Everybody had turned on Stoops. I thought, I even thought the players had given up a little bit.
I did too. Good point. I thought they may have quit on him, but that's certainly not true. They have bounced back in the last 3 weeks. They played at Auburn, which is a tough place, regardless of Auburn's record. They go down there and get a great defensive win, 10-3. And then they come back and just kick the dog snot out of Florida, 38-7. They just dominated. Now, let people say, what's the big deal? Florida's not having that great a year. Florida last week come a hair beating the number 4 team in the country, Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm. Florida's still Florida.
Florida had great. Yeah. Let me tell you, they're always going to have great athletes, and they're going to have talent. Now, let me
exactly.
But I mean, Kentucky from start to finish in that game. We didn't get a chance to talk about it last week, but 38-7, just so impressive on both sides of the football, and they went to 4-5. Now, something that they've not done a really great job of when you talk about the mid-majors or the other conferences. Tennessee Tech come in. They were, a small college, but they were undefeated. They were a pretty good team. And Kentucky did what they should have done. They dominated that game. They won 42-10.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of times after a big win like Florida, it's a letdown, or a big win over Auburn. Those were 2 big wins, Ronnie.
Yeah, absolutely. To put it in perspective, Kentucky, regardless of the opponent, they have played so well. They have outscored their opponent in the last 3 games 90-20.
Wow.
90-20, 10-3, 38-7, 42-10.
Wow.
So that's regardless
impressive.
of who you're playing. 5-5. Now, with that being said, they got you never used to would say that, got a tough, a top 20 team in Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's beat some big teams this year. They've beaten LSU and whatever, having an outstanding season. Their quarterback will probably be the first team All-SEC quarterback. I'm talking about Diego Pavia, a transfer from New Mexico State. If you've not seen him play, he is exciting. He's only 5'8", 5'9", won't play in the NFL, may play in the Canadian Football League, but he is a heck of a college quarterback, and he's got a first-round tight end, Eli Stowers, coming with him. Let me tell you, you don't usually equate the word a lot of talent with Vanderbilt, but Coach Clark Lee came from Notre Dame. He's done an outstanding job there. He's a former player. And Thomas, on the road at Vandy, they've upgraded their facilities tremendously, their stadium, and you get facilities, get the right coach, get some talent in, and that's what it turns into, a very good season. And Vanderbilt is having one. That will be tough. I'm going to go with Vandy in that game,
Well,
and I hope I'm wrong.
You got me all choked up. You got me. You kept talking how good Vandy is. You know that 10 years ago you never heard that.
Never.
But you're right. They are a very, very good football team, and I think they're going to beat the Wildcats. Now, but I think if Kentucky can pull this out, then you got a whole lot more eyes on Kentucky all of a sudden.
Oh, absolutely.
And possible
Kentucky,
bowl eligible.
Some good things. Cutter Boley, the quarterback, is improving, I think, week by week. I don't think there's any question he had the raw talent. It's just the experience. Can you imagine getting under center against SEC defenses? But I'm telling you, I think he's acquitted himself well. He's playing well. Counted for 5 touchdowns against Florida. Had a big rushing touchdown last week, when they win over Tennessee Tech. And they have 2 very good running backs. It's things are kind of clicking for them, and they're playing well defensively. They had the one, and I didn't understand that. They played so well. But these other teams have some good. They played so well, the defense, except for against Tennessee, and Tennessee just ran up and down the field on them. But that's another thing. Maybe it was a bad matchup. But the Cats are 5-5 and 1 win away from being bowl eligible.
Yeah, it's. If you'd have said that 3 weeks ago, we'd have thought you was crazy.
Yeah. And I talk about the defense. I talk about Cutter Boley, but the receivers have been fantastic. The freshman Cam Miller, he is a talent. Boy, I hope they hang on to him. I hope somebody like LSU or somebody at Texas doesn't lure him away. He's a true freshman, but he is a talent. He can play for anyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like I say, Kentucky's 2-headed monster at running back. They are just having a tremendous season. So hopefully Kentucky can go there and get the upset. And I think it's possible. I sure do. I don't think it's like, they don't have a chance. And then the last game of the year, it's Louisville, the whole matchup. So Louisville having a good year. They had a heartbreaking loss. A missed extra point cost them last week against Clemson. They lost that game, but Florida is another very good. Jeff Brom, one of the hottest coaches in his name in football. He went to Louisville, and I think it'd be tough to pry him away. He's getting paid pretty good there, but like I say, one of the hottest names in college coaches, the searches at some of these schools, and Jeff Brom's on that list. So Kentucky's 5-5, but it's not going to be easy to get to 6-5 or 6-6.
Yeah, they've got a tough schedule remaining, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. And last night, of course, for all of us diehard UK fans, long night. Long night. The game may have lasted only 2 hours, but it's a long night. Kentucky, 5 of 26 from three-point range. They were never really in this game after the first few minutes, down 16 of 17 at halftime, end up losing by 17. But I thought, to me, the difference in the game, 5 of 26, hey, you're not going to beat many teams 5 of 26 from three-point range. Couldn't guard. Michigan State done a good job with the ball fakes, and they either hit the open three or got into the lane, got the easy shots. And the last thing, and Coach Hampton and I talked about it briefly, I don't usually use that term, but sometimes it does come into play. Kentucky, I just didn't think was a very tough team last night. I think they were extremely soft, and after bringing in Aberdeen and Diabate and their reputations, I said, that won't be a problem. But, boy, Michigan State under Tom Izzo, they got in the old grill last night. Kentucky got very, very few easy baskets.
Well, my wife says I'm a social media junkie, I guess. So, and someone posts on there, NIL. what was it, $3.5 million compared to $22 million
Yes.
projected? The difference between Michigan State and Kentucky. You know, and then I'm going to ask you this question: by giving these kids this much money, and I'm number one, I think they deserve to be paid. I'm not saying that, but giving them this much money, is there really an incentive to earn it?
That's a good question. That's a valid point. I wished I had a good answer. I've thought about that. We talked about it today. You know, you're getting 2.1 million, some of them, you know. I mean, where's the incentive to go out there and be out there shooting in the gym? Like we've heard stories before of De'Aaron Fox in there at midnight working on his game. And I think that is you got to get the right athlete that's going to play hard regardless of the money. Now, I think Kentucky is catching some heat because $22 million supposedly is the largest NIL money for basketball in the nation. They've given more money to it. But to me, and you know, everybody in Kentucky, one thing about it, they're all a basketball coach, from Paducah to Power, everybody. But I'll tell you something I would recommend to Coach Pope. I know it's early and you like to play a lot of players, but I'm telling you, it's like a merry-go-round at that scores table. Every time there's a break, here comes 2, here comes 3, no continuity. And this is Ronnie Newsom's solution. Shorten your bench right now. Don't wait till later on. Shorten the bench. Go with 7 or 8 players. And if you have to go deeper because of sickness or injury or foul trouble, okay. But if that were me, now everybody's got their starting lineup, I would go with Chandler, Oway, Aberdeen, Diabate, and Marino.
I would too. Garrison wouldn't see the floor for me right now.
I'd bring in Johnson, Cam Williams, and Garrison. Bring in Garrison because he's the only other big man. I hate to say it, Noah's minutes would be limited. Andrelic, the Yugoslavian, his minutes would be limited. I don't think he's strong enough. Boy, they just pushed and shoved him everywhere. Play these 8 players. Get some continuity. Stay with your starters longer, and let's see what the result is. But, I mean, I'm telling you, I mean, anytime if there's a break in the action at 4 minutes to go in the half, here comes 2 or 3 players. 2 minutes later, there's another break. Here comes another couple of players. I want my best players on the court for the longest period of time, and I don't know that that's happening. I know they talked about playing, you know, we've got 2 out, which is Jaden Quanis and Lowe. Both of those are out, and I don't know if we'll ever get anything from them this year or not. But right now he's trying to play 10, 11 guys, and I don't know. You know, he's an analytics guy, and his analytics says this, Thomas. Play as many people as you can in the first half and then see who's playing good, and that's who you go with. But here's what I'm saying is when you're playing a North Carolina, a Duke, or a Michigan State, you may be so far behind that you
can't catch up.
Doesn't make any difference who you play the second half.
Well, here's I'm going to say this. All right, we're going to be interactive. Tell everybody to put their starting 5. Who would they start? I'd love to see who they would start.
Yep, that's our question for the night.
The question of the night, who would be your starting 5 for Kentucky?
And I think
right now, based on what you've seen through the first 4 or 5 games, 6
2
games.
things. I think Oway, preseason All-SEC Player of the Year and preseason All-American. I think he is really, really pressing. I think he is really struggling. It's not the Oway we seen last year. And also Jasper Johnson. I think he needs more minutes. I think he's coming in and trying to make 20 things happen in the 3 minutes he's in there. I would like to see Jasper Johnson get some more minutes now. A lot of people would like to see him starting, but I like bringing him off the bench as that 6th player, that instant offense, but give him more minutes. But like I say, my starters, once again, I'd go with Oway, Chandler, and Aberdeen, 3-guard system, Diabate at the 4, and I would go with Marino. I think this man's future is very, very positive. I think he can do some great things for Kentucky. 7'1", got the big body. You know, I think he could. I'm like you. What gets me upset with Garrison, and I've told many people this, but that was before last night. You play Eastern Illinois, Wofford, Chattanooga, he's just dunking over people.
Yeah.
14 rebounds, 14 points, 10 rebounds, double-double. You put him against Michigan State, Vanderbilt, Alabama, good teams, and you get very little from him.
Yeah, exactly. My starting 5, my only substitute, I start Johnson and take out Chandler, bring Chandler off the bench.
I think a lot of people agree with you on that.
But I think you're spot on with those others. And I'm with you. Shorten the bench, and I'm going to get some guys some minutes, and you're going to either produce or then I'm going to get somebody else.
Yep. And that takes care of our college basketball and college football segment. We've got much more for you. We're going to take another break, and we'll be back with more on the Appalachian Prep Sports Network.
In life's hardest moments, you deserve comfort and care. At Hall and Jones Funeral Home, we guide you with compassion, honoring your loved one with dignity and respect. From traditional services to meaningful celebrations, we're here for you every step of the way. Hall and Jones Funeral Home, where every goodbye is filled with love.
At Valley Discount Pharmacy, we're more than just prescriptions. We're your neighbors. Whether you need affordable medications, expert advice, or just a friendly face, we're here for you every step of the way. Fast service, trusted care, and prices that won't break the bank. Valley Discount Pharmacy, local, reliable, affordable.
Back pain, stiff neck, or everyday aches that keep you from living the life you love. At Hall Chiropractic, we provide gentle, personalized care to help you move better, feel better, and live better. Whether it's pain relief, better mobility, or overall wellness, our team is here for you. Don't wait. Call Hall Chiropractic today and get back to what matters most. Hall Chiropractic. Your health, your life, aligned.
At Shelby Valley Diner, every bite is made to satisfy. Crispy, saucy wings, made just the way you like them. And don't miss our daily specials, fresh and delicious, giving you something new to love every single day. Pizza, wings, and specials you can't resist. Only at the Shelby Valley Diner. Shelby Valley Diner, where flavor meets family. So come hungry, leave happy.
All right, Ronnie, back here to the Shelby Valley Diner. I tell you what, so we're ready to talk. You know, I'll have to admit, I'm not the biggest football fan.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming into my season now. I love high school basketball.
Oh, I do too. I absolutely.
Now, I like football. But I'm really a basketball junkie. Sure. I like it. I could sit and watch games all day long.
Everybody's got likes. That's like me. I think more people enjoy pro football than college, but I enjoy college football more. I can sit there on a Thursday night, and I mean that, and watch Appalachian State play Colorado State. I mean, I do. I agree. I like it. But it is basketball. It's we're right on the cusp of it. In fact, Friday night we're going to be doing the first annual Pike County Classic, and we thank the good people at Shelby Valley for giving us the opportunity to come up and cover those games. But let me tell you something, though, Thomas, the people are going to be in for a treat. We're going to cover so many good basketball games this year. You folks will want to tune in. And tonight we want to do, really quickly, we want to talk, and we're going to leave some out. We're going to talk about some of the players you'll see this year. And like I say, I've followed it for many years. And it's been a long time, as we talked about with Coach Hampton. Been a long time, Thomas, since I've seen that many teams with quality players. Let's face it, usually maybe there's one team above everybody else, but usually at the most there's only 3 or 4 that you know reasonably has a chance to win 3 games in the region and win it. You know what I mean? You pretty much know. But this year, I mean, every night you better be ready to bring it.
Yeah, and we're going to talk more about those teams in a minute. But you're right. I think there's one that's that much better, that much. Mm-hmm. But the others, I mean, 2 through 8, and I think one can be beaten any night.
Yeah.
So
but so many talented, not just
Oh.
returning. I'm going to give you a list of players. These are not returning starters. These are just what I think are just great athletes, and you want to come out and see any of these guys. And I'll be honest with you, Austin Sloan, Johnson Central. Ethan Cole, leading scorer for Paintsville, coming back. Let's go to Phelps. Tyler Weddington, one of the best players in the 15th
Oh,
region.
he's a man-child.
Man,
I mean, that's a man-child right there. I mean, he is something else.
Averages double-double. They got an exciting sophomore over there in Knox Wallace. I had the privilege to coach for several years, but he overcome that to turn into a very good player. Look at Belfry. They got Brody Little. They got Carter Jude. I mean, really outstanding players. Lawrence County, 4 starters coming back, led by Caden Harris. They got Hayden Perry, started since he's a freshman. Luke Featherhoff, a lot of talent on that. Go to Martin County, Bryson Dials, Braxton Keithley. I mean, just a lot of talent there.
I mean, and don't forget Devin Maynard.
Oh, I've got Devin on here.
Devin's something else. I mean, that's you talk about a big 3. That's a big 3 right there. Now, Martin County, it's good. With Braxton transferring. Braxton, listen, I'll say this: nobody works harder than that kid.
Oh, absolutely.
Nobody.
Tremendous work.
No one. Now, there's some. You might argue this player might be better. I would argue that he's the best, but everybody's got opinions. But I'll tell you this: that the argument that no one will ever win with me on is anybody works harder. That ain't possible.
You go to Johnson Central. Besides Austin Sloan, you got Braden Shepard, you got Mason McKenzie, Kyle Rose. I mean, there's just so many teams that has more than one player to where it's tough. Let's go to Shelby Valley.
Oh, that's what I started
I'll
saying.
tell you, Shelby Valley, Gavin Hamilton, tough guard, Braden Johnson. If he's not the best shooting guard in the region, it doesn't take long to take the role. He's right at the top echelon, let me tell you. And Jonah Bartley Jr. really just grew in leaps and bounds, I thought, last year. And then a kid, we know he's a great athlete. He was a great quarterback, but they say in the off season he has really, really expanded his game, Brady Johnson.
Yeah.
So Shelby Valley, a lot of talent. You go to Floyd Central and you look at Chris Spriggs, Andrew Howard, probably the best freshman, I would think.
Oh, I would think he's probably. I would think so. I mean, the big guy. He, as he gets bigger and even stronger, man, oh man, watch this kid, Wesley Buck. That there's a lot of talk about him right now. We're not going to speculate, but he's an unbelievable talent, great player in himself. I mean, Ron, there's just so many.
Let's go to Paintsville. Paintsville got the 6'8" kid on the inside,
Brock
Woods, to go with Ethan Cole, but then you throw in some other players there from Paintsville that's had a lot of experience. They got 4 starters. Everybody I talked to has got 4 starters coming back at least.
Yeah.
I mean, Brock Woods from Paintsville. I mean,
Anderson Lawfer.
Yeah, Anderson Lawfer. I got him on the list.
Yeah.
Gunnar Woods from Lawrence County. Got him on the list. Mason McKenzie, Kyle Rowe from Johnson City. Now, look at Powell. Starters coming back. They got Cole Sloan, Jackson King, Mark Bowling, returning as starters. They get 2 transfers in. They get Grant Hall in from Pike Central, tough, tenacious guard. They get Chandler Parsons in from Betsy Lane. They're going to be tough. They got depth coming off the bench, but they've got 3 starters coming back, so they will be in the mix.
Now you've been covering high school basketball for what? How many years, Ronnie?
Oh gosh, 1985.
40 years, right?
Yes, sir.
40 years. Have you ever seen this much balance and depth in the region?
I don't think so. I can't remember it. I really don't. That many teams. And I'm looking at my list here, and I sure don't want to leave him out. Walker Russell from McGough Academy. His offensive game will compare, I think, with anybody's. I mean, he's a scorer. I mean, and like you say, I don't know if I mentioned Bryson Dials along with Braxton Keithley over there, and that bunch, Devin Maynard and all that. But the list just goes on and on and on.
And I'm going to tell you right now, we left somebody out. I guarantee you.
Another good freshman that comes to mind, Kanan Ramey. Played a lot, started at the end of the year last year for East Ridge. He'll be right there with Andrew Howard in contention for freshman of the year. And the last thing before we take our last break, just for the fun of it, these teams have not played a game. I've not seen a game. we will update this week by week, and I'm ready for the criticism. I'm ready to throw the pie in the face. I'm ready for you to confront me at the ball games and say, you're crazy, you're out of your mind, and a lot of people would agree. We like to call it Ronnie's Read 'em and Weep. Top 8 teams in the region in the preseason. And we'll go through these really quick. And my preseason poll, and I'll talk to Thomas about the first one, and then I'll go through the rest of them quick. I got Martin County first.
I think so. I think now, Coach James does an unbelievable job over there.
Yes.
And he did it last year when he introduced Parker Watts into that group. Now, this year, Braxton Keithley coming into that group, how they mesh, how well they do. He's done it before. I'm with you right now. They're my number 1 pick.
Martin County is number 1. I have Paintsville number 2, 257 region teams. I've got Johnson Central 3. What makes that? They're all 3 out of the 57th region. But Martin County 1, Paintsville 2, Johnson Central 3. Lawrence County, defending champion. 4 starters coming back, plus a good transfer coming in. I've got them 4th. I've got Shelby Valley at 5, 4 starters back. Pikeville at 6 with 3 starters back, 2 transfers in. And I got Floyd Central at 7 and Belfry at 8. That's my Read 'em and Weep. Martin, Paintsville, Johnson Central, Lawrence County, Valley, Pikeville, Floyd Central, and Belfry.
It's hard to argue with those. Those are 8 solid. I mean, now there's other teams that's right, could work their way in there.
Phelps is one I think.
Phelps, I agree. Here's what I'm going to say. The one that intrigues me the most on that list is Belfry. Mm-hmm. They've got a great second-year coach. His name is slipping my mind. I know it. Perry, yeah. Mm-hmm. They've got a great second-year coach coming in. He's got a lot of transfers. Now, it's taking that group again, the same thing with Martin County, and meshing them into a solid unit. If he can do that, I think they can move up on that list.
Absolutely.
I think they can move up on this list.
We'll do it as the season goes on or whatever every week. With that, we're going to step out, take our final time out. We got a big announcement coming up. Stay tuned. Don't leave us. We take our final break. You listen to All Access on the Appalachian Prep Sports Network.
Rainey Real Estate Development, your housing source for Pikeville, Kentucky. Just hitting the market is this gorgeous 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment located only 5 minutes from campus. If you're interested in a home, call Jake Rainey at Rainey Real Estate Development, 606-477-8662. That's Rainey Real Estate Development.
At Valley Discount Pharmacy, we're more than just prescriptions. We're your neighbors. Whether you need affordable medications, expert advice, or just a friendly face, we're here for you every step of the way. Fast service, trusted care, and prices that won't break the bank. Valley Discount Pharmacy, local, reliable, affordable.
In life's hardest moments, you deserve comfort and care. At Hall & Jones Funeral Home, we guide you with compassion, honoring your loved one with dignity and respect. From traditional services to meaningful celebrations, we're here for you every step of the way. Hall & Jones Funeral Home, where every goodbye is filled with love.
All right, here we go, Ronnie. Back for the last segment. I like this segment. I really do. This is where we try kind of catch up from the week. The last week, I had some had a difficult time. My mother-in-law passed away, so we really didn't do a lot of posts and stuff like that. So trying to get back into it. This week, player of the week, and I didn't put his graphic on here. I apologize. A.J. Johnson had Alex Johnson had an amazing game down there at Prestonsburg, over 240 yards rushing as the Black Cats rolled over Knott County. Just amazing.
Can I make a comment about him? I watched him a few games.
Yeah.
Boy, he just got better and better
I think so,
every
too.
year. I'm telling you, he just I thought he has had a tremendous season. He's still got games to go, but boy, he really impressed me. I'm telling you, he outstanding job by Mr. Johnson.
I completely agree. Let's get to where I want to start with. A couple big announcements dropping later tonight. Our new website, our first website, apsnonline.com. You will be able to go catch all the stuff on Facebook. You'll have links from there to go to it to read the stuff we're putting out. We're trying to get it to where we have a full website. As we grow, we're continuing to grow. The other thing we are working on right now is the new APSN app. Should be available by basketball season. You'll be able to download the app on your phone and watch the games right there. As games pop on, it'll send you a notification, so it'll be absolutely wonderful.
Fantastic.
Because there will be times that we will be covering 2 games a night. I mean, we've got just a cram-packed schedule. I've not dropped the schedules yet, Ronnie, because I'm still getting permission from the schools. So a lot of good information.
You're going to see good basketball night in and night out.
Let me tell you what, I totally agree. Totally and completely agree. And let me move this over just a little bit before it's not helping me here. Okay, but anyways, let's move it over. As I mentioned last week, Ronnie, coaches, high school and middle school wrestling and archery coaches, we got to get you scheduled. Send us some. We've got our first wrestling event scheduled. We will be at Knott County Central. I think our good friend Eugene knows the coach over there a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah,
yes,
it's his daughter. So we'll be over there to cover.
That's right, his daughter.
Yeah, we'll be over there to cover one of her events. I'm super excited about that. But wait no more. Player of the year in football, Ronnie, and I know I'm going to upset the apple cart on this one. I'm going with
Somebody's got to win it.
Somebody's got to win. I'm going with Kane Patton with Prestonsburg. Third in the state. I'm not talking about third in Class 2A, third in the state. That's everybody at the end of the season. Led the state in scoring, over 1,800 yards. When we all talk, that's who we came up with. Kane Patton is our player of the year. So
there's
amazing.
always going to be a point of contention, but I don't know how really anybody could argue with that when he's playing on an undefeated team and third in the state in rushing regardless of class.
Yep, I'm with you. I think that's the key. Now, next up, one thing we do, and this is something we started doing 2 or 3 weeks in the season, I want to recognize somebody on defense. Those quarterbacks and those running backs and those receivers, they get all the glory and all the girls, right?
Absolutely.
So what we want to do is recognize those hardworking guys over on the defensive side of the ball. So our defensive player of the year is Crayson Lafferty from Martin County. Led our coverage area in tackles. Kudos to Crayson. What an unbelievable season. Those posts will come out on the website. We'll have a nice little write-up about them, and you'll be able to see those shortly. But those are our 2 player of the year. But what do you think?
Somebody's got to win it. One thing I remember about Crayson Lafferty, I was doing one of their games, and it seemed like he was getting every tackle, and I thought the people listening were going to say, well, he's just calling out Lafferty's name, Yeah. But he was getting just so many tackles, and I said, once again, number 28 in on the tackle. Number 28 on, it became, I don't know if monotonous is the right word, but just always around the football, only a junior, be back next year. Great, not good, great linebacker.
Well, you could throw in so many, and we talked about whether I should do it or not, Ronnie. I got to. On defense, you have Braxton Davis down at Lawrence County, Eli Caudle from Belfry. Both were among the top 3 or 4 in interceptions. Then you had one of Kraft from over at Prestonsburg was one of the leaders. 16 sacks, Ronnie. Yeah. 16 sacks. I mean, that's insane numbers. And then you go over on the other side offensively. You can throw Devin Maynard in there.
Absolutely.
You could throw a lot of the Belfry guys in there.
Yeah.
Some of the
Belfry, they're their own worst enemy, I guess, when it comes to players of the year, because let's just tell it like it is. They don't get to play a whole lot. They don't get to play the whole game.
Same with Johnson Central.
Yeah, Johnson Central, their stats are not going to be that gaudy because Matt Varney, I thought, done a tremendous job this year. Keep from running up the scores or whatever, and so in the end, it's sad to say, but it hurts their stats a little bit.
Well, absolutely. And by the end of the week, we will drop our all-region team, both offense and defense. Now, one of the things, and we're going to talk about this so people understand, one of the things we're doing is if you make it on offense, you probably had a great defensive year, we're not going to include you. You know, we want to recognize as many individuals as we can because we got a lot of great athletes. So some of these guys, Devin Maynard's a perfect example.
Oh, yeah.
He could have been offense and defense.
Right,
You know,
I agree.
Anderson Lawfer from Paintsville, great wide receiver, but also an incredible defensive back. Those are two that just pop into my mind. No notes, as you can see, just pop into my mind that could easily have been both teams. But we're going to try to. We're not going to do it because we want to recognize as many individuals as possible.
Yep. Later on, like I say, we will announce our Appalachian Prep Sports Network all mountain team and football and everything. So be looking for that.
Yep.
And that's going to.
Two more quick things,
Okay,
Ronnie. Two more quick things. Stuff keeps coming in while we're sitting here. Hats off to Gavin Arnett from over at McGoffin County, offensive lineman. He picked up an offer to Union Commonwealth University. So kudos to him.
Absolutely.
And got this message. Garrett Howard from Letcher County Central, little outside our coverage there, but we'll take him in.
Yes.
Listen to his stats his senior season. 131 tackles, okay, 135 carries, 1,152 yards, 19 touchdowns. But he became Letcher County Central's all-time tackle leader with 408 tackles.
That's a career.
I mean, that, yeah,
Congratulations to Mr.
exactly
Howard,
right.
yes.
So I know it's a little outside of our coverage there, but hey.
Yeah, not really. I don't cross the mountain.
Yeah, they're close, right?
enough.
So close enough. We're going to take them in. So, Ronnie, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, folks, thank you for joining us here on a Wednesday night for the Appalachian Prep Sports Network. We hope you enjoyed it, watching as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Want to thank once again the hospitality here at Shelby Valley Diner. Want to thank our outstanding sponsors, makes this possible. And we want to thank you fans for tuning in, watching us. We appreciate the great comments, and we've brought you the best in football. We hope to bring you the best in basketball and many other sports. And with that, for all of our sponsors, for Thomas Rainey, our executive producer, I'm Ronnie Newsom. Good evening, everyone.